Hi, this is a quick video on why and how to write a job requisition document. Across all my companies, I've typically prescribed that whenever you're trying to hire somebody, in order to provide complete clarity, we write a JRD or a job requisition document. JRD comprises of a series of sections, which I'll cover in the how. But the importance of writing a job requisition document is predominantly for the following reasons. It provides clarity of role for everybody involved. So the functional manager who wants to hire somebody, interviewers who are going to be in the interviewing panel in terms of what are we inducting this individual for, and the talent acquisition team or the recruiters who are going to be assisting in recruitment. It also, the clarity along with certain sourcing tips in the document also help guide where we should source the candidates from, what kind of attributes are we looking for, and it also assists in writing the final JD or the job description, which is what we share with prospective candidates, etc. So here's a quick template on what we tend to fill out in a job requisition document, and I will show some examples of the same. So the job requisition document comprises of four broad sections. The first section defines the scope of the candidate. The second one defines kind of roles and responsibilities and provides clarity there. The third one defines what kind of a candidate we're looking for in terms of skills and experience. And the last section defines where do we look for, or what are the sourcing techniques or tips or processes we'll use to source these candidates. So it'll be much more easier if I actually show you an example, because each of these sections then further comprises of various subsections. And so let's take a look at a job requisition document that we created for in the internal job JRD that we created for a president of banking in India. So Zeta provides various solutions to banks. We're looking to hire somebody who can be responsible for. So typically our job requisition document, the scope section, sometimes might add an introduction, which is just a kind of like a summary statement of the entire role. So here in this case, the India banking CEO president responsible for signing large BD contracts, heading hunting, marketing, farming operations, will contribute to product strategy and direction. This will be explained in more detail further. The business unit that this individual will be a part of, unit or units, in this case will be Zeta Banking Tech. The product and solutions that will come under the scope of this role. So these are the products that this individual will be responsible for. The geography or territory will be India. Target audience where this individual will be focusing on in terms of the business for these products will be banks and fintechs. Some of the stuff is not comprehensive, but sort of exemplary. So the scope section, as you can relate, will give a very clear understanding of within our company, which business, which products, what geography, and what target audience is this role scoped out to. The next section, which is the role section, comprises of OKRs, activities, and team composition. So OKRs are the way we kind of plan our OKRs. Activities is the kind of initiatives or activities this individual is responsible for. And team composition is, again, a rough idea of the kind of team that will report into this particular role. So once again, for the President Banking India, the OKRs will be divided into BD and marketing OKRs. So signing X number of contracts, building out a team, and so on and so forth. Certain farming OKRs. Now, mind you, these are not detailed out in as much detail as the actual OKRs that we will create for this individual, but this just gives an idea of the objectives and key results that this individual will be chasing for the next 6 months to 1 year or longer, depending on what's relevant. The kind of activities that this individual will be responsible for. So he'll be responsible for business development amongst issuers, creating various partnerships with system integrators and platform providers, etc. Obviously, also will be responsible for team management, will be responsible for marketing and branding activities, and so on and so forth. And then what will the individual's team look like? So might have between 4 to 10 BD people, 5 to 10 marketing people, few partner success, operations, partner support. These are the functions and departments that will likely line up into or under this particular role. Obviously, if the role is an individual contributor role, then the team composition will just say individual contributor. The next section, which is the candidate attribute section, is divided into what skills we expect from the candidate, from an ideal candidate, and what's the background and experience of an ideal candidate. And so again, out here in skills and attributes, deep understanding of issuance stack and competitive landscape, great pitching, marketing strategy, automation oriented, so on and so forth. And then in the background, we want somebody who's done an engineering degree, preferably in computer science, an MBA, has more than 10 years in the banking industry, and ideally majority of it should be in hunting or farming, and then has an outstanding Rolodex with senior management and decision makers in various banks. The last section is just a section that gives sourcing guidance. And so here we've created, for instance, a good candidate could currently be in the position of either head of business or P&L head or business development head in, Infosys' Finacle division, Visa, MasterCard, NPCI, Worldline, and there could be several other companies. This is again not a comprehensive list. I might add additional places to source the candidate from, so certain specific referrals or social media websites if relevant, or portals if relevant. I might even put search tips on LinkedIn, let's say. So I might say, okay, search for anybody who's got in their designation has the word sort of business development and head/manager, etc. And then I might say experience greater than 10. So I might put in whatever sourcing tips and things like that I might have for the functional manager who's writing this document, or the recruiter or whoever's sort of going to help in the sourcing, basically. So that finishes kind of the 4 sections of a job requisition document. So you can use this template to create your own JRDs. And then once the GRD is finalized, you typically sit and discuss this with the talent acquisition team, with the manager, with executive management or management, whoever, freeze on it, and then start writing the job description, the interview process, and start the sourcing processes parallelly.